When the Moon Hangs Low is a Gothic-Action tabletop role-playing game. Players take on the role of cursed adventurers in a sprawling urban environment similar to haunted versions of mid-19th century cities. Only this setting, Harrowmire, also suffers under occult forces. The characters take on various contracts, seeking to resist or embrace their curse as they strive to gain wealth and power, or simply survive, especially when beasts, ghouls, and worse monsters prowl the streets when the sun goes down. Of course, if the characters embrace the darkness too much, they may become those monsters. The game is pretty clear about its inspirations, the most obvious being Bloodborne by From Software, Dishonored by Arcane Studio, Kentaro Miura's Berserk manga, Darkest Dungeon by Red Hook Studios, and a touch of Shadowrun and Call of Cthulhu for good measure. The elements from these inspirations are embraced and generally cohere into a decent tabletop role-playing game that delivers both action and gothic dread. The rulebook is short and everything is presented clearly, but with a lot of room for game masters to add or improvise as much as they need to in order to suit their gaming group. The basic mechanics of the game are easy to grasp, and every rule has a short example to give context. The numbers are all low, so there isn't a call for calculators and spreadsheets. Actions are adjudicated using rolls of 6-sided dice counting successes. Better ability scores allow for a bigger dice pool, and training in skills lets you count 4 or even a 3 as a success. Rules for hit points and resolve are pretty clear and reinforce the danger of being an adventurer in this setting. Resolve is mental fortitude and a resource to spend for characters to activate their edge abilities, which I will talk about in a little bit. There are no classes in a traditional sense, as your character is more defined by their abilities and being marked by darkness. Combat is quick and streamlined to make the encounters fast and violent. Investigation is a big part of the game, as players are meant to explore the setting and uncover secrets that will help them succeed in their contracts, which is what this game calls adventures, and with their own more personal goals. Character generation is an easy process of rolling a few dice and making some choices about dark marks, skills, and edge abilities. Each adventurer is marked by darkness, a spiritual scar from an occult encounter. These marks give boons, which are specific benefits such as regeneration, fearlessness, or seeing the dead. The mark also bestows curses on the characters. These curses are physical and mental signs of corruption, and the debilitating effects increase each time a player runs out of resolve. Edges are special capabilities like trick shots, multiple attacks, reading thoughts, or speaking with vermin that are activated by spending resolve, so there is a tension of risk and reward to using them. Harrowmire as a setting is given some broad detail, as are the factions vying for control of the city. It establishes that early Victorian-era atmosphere and Gothic themes. As with everything else, game masters are encouraged to use as much or as little as makes sense for their game. Potential contracts and complications are given, along with a sample contract, lost and found, to get everyone started, so it is easy to jump right into the game. When the Moon Hangs Low may be niche, but it provides exactly what it says, a tense, horror-filled adventure that tests the character's fortitude and willpower. It certainly works as a one-off, and it appeals to players who may be interested in horror or investigation games, but also want to keep that sense of action. If scouring a cursed city searching for clues leading to lost treasure, while also using sabers and pistols to fight off ancient ghouls and rival hunters driven mad by their curse, sounds good to you, then you'll want to try this game. What else is like it? When the Moon Hangs Low could be seen as a gothic horror version of Into the Odd. As I suggested earlier, it's also along the lines of a more action-oriented Cthulhu by Gaslight. Players who like the general setup and aesthetics of Blades in the Dark will also find something to enjoy here, even if this game is less complex. Shadow Dark players who are also looking for a game with more horror elements may want to look here. If you like those sorts of games, or Bloodborne, I think this one is well worth a try. But what do you, the audience at home, think? Are you familiar with When the Moon Hangs Low? Are you interested in a Gothic-Action tabletop role-playing game? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. You can also take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy, or the algorithm will consign those channels to the outer darkness. Until next time, play some good games, live, and be well.